This was okay. I like this one, but I love this one. What's going on, guys? My name is Darian. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy, and on my channel we talk about fragrances as well as fashion. So if you love looking good and smelling great, then this is the channel for you. Go ahead and click the subscribe button, and take another quick second, if you don't mind, to hit that bell icon as well. That way you get notified every time I upload new content on the channel. So guys, on today's video, I'm going to be talking about the newest release from the house of Viktor&Rolf, from the Spicebomb line of fragrances, and I'm going to be talking about the newest release, Spicebomb Infrared. This is the newest release and the newest iteration of this line, following, I think, Night Vision, the one that has the green juice. But this is the newest release, and in my opinion, so far, this is the best release. So I'm going to be giving you guys kind of my overall kind of first, what maybe more kind of second impressions of this fragrance. I'll explain in a moment. So if you want to hear my thoughts on Spicebomb's Infrared, you know the routine, keep it locked right here. All right, guys, I'm back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in, man. Let's go ahead and jump right into this video, man. So, like I said in the opening, the original Spicebomb, I did, like that fragrance. I wasn't as big a fan of it as most people are. It's rare, of course, it's spicy, but it had too much of that minty thing going on. Sometimes when I'm not the hugest fan of fragrances that have like an overly minty type vibe. It's just not really my preference of a fragrance, but it is good. But when they came out with Spicebomb Extreme, and that's why you notice the size in the bottle. I have a smaller bottle of this, but a larger bottle of this, because I really like this one. They amped up the vanilla in Spicebomb Extreme, made it a little bit sweeter, toned down some of that kind of minty quality that I got from the original. So I got a bigger bottle of the Extreme. I really, for my personal preference, like this one better than the original. Now I have smelled the old fresh one, which is not bad. The Night Vision isn't bad as well, but were not fragrances that I wanted to get a full bottle of. They were not full bottle worthy of a purchase for me personally. Not saying they're bad fragrances, but just my personal preference was not fragrances that I wanted to invest a full bottle in. And then we have the newest release, Infrared. Now, told you me and my wife were out in Atlanta. So of course I did some shopping, Nordstrom's, and I went on ahead and picked up a bottle of Infrared. So I'm going to be opening this fragrance today. It's kind of going to be an unboxing. I said my first, but it's kind of my second impressions, because I have smelled it when I was in the store. I had a chance to spray it on, walk around, and kind of experience it before I made up my mind, because I wanted to get a new purchase, one of the newer releases from the designer side of things. Some of these fragrances haven't made it down to where I live yet, and this is one of those fragrances. So I wanted to get my nose on it. I sampled this one. I sampled the new Hermes H24, I think that's the name of it, and as well as I think it's called Yellow Dream as well, from Born in Rome. I can't remember the name of it. Valentino, but the Valentino Yellow Dream. I tried that one as well. And so I had all three of the fragrances on. I kind of walked around for a while before I made up my mind. And this was hands down the best of those three fragrances that I tried. The Yellow Dream smelled very familiar to me. I'm not quite sure what it was. I still couldn't put my finger on it. I do have samples of both those fragrances as well. Couldn't really determine what it was, but it smelled really close to a fragrance that I already have, but wasn't something I felt like investing in at the time. And then the H24 wasn't a bad fragrance. It's kind of this citrusy lemon type opening on that fragrance, and then it kind of has this warm kind of dry down. Not really sure where it's coming from, haven't looked up notes. It was okay, but again, I preferred this one because it was the best of the bunch. So I'm going to open this box and tell you guys about this fragrance. Again, I've already smelled it, but let's go ahead and open it. All right, guys, so first we're gonna look at the presentation on this. This is the box. It's black at the top, and then it comes down to a nice hue of red. You can see that. So it's black on the top, fades down to a nice hue of red on the bottom of the box. The back has some information on the fragrance. It says, of course, Spicebomb Infrared by Viktor&Rolf. So you open up the box. This is a 3-ounce bottle. And of course, very reminiscent to the other bottles from the collection. But of course, you guys know I love that red. Red is my favorite color. And it has this similar vibe to the box. It has like a hue of black, and it kind of fades to a nice red hue down here at the bottom. And the color of this juice is very indicative of what is on the inside of the bottle. So like all Spicebomb fragrances, you can remove this to unlock the atomizer, and I'm gonna go ahead and spray it for you guys. Nice distribution from the atomizer. Oh man. Like I said, guys, this is my favorite of the bunch. Now, basically what you're gonna get with this fragrance is, of course, you can detect the DNA of the original Spicebomb. It's still there, but this has the cinnamon and the warm cinnamon vibe hyped up to the maximum. Now, all 3 of the iterations of Spicebomb that I have here has cinnamon in it. The extreme was more about the vanilla, but in this one they amped up the spices and the cinnamon. And guys, I'm telling you, this is my favorite of the bunch. What it really reminds me of, if you guys ever had candy back in the day, the Red Hots. It reminds me of Red Hots. Because this is really, really spicy, hot, and warm. Now, it opens up with a note of red berry. So that red berry gives it a slight bit of fruitiness in the opening. Oh man, but really it's about the cinnamon, man. Now there's a red chili pepper accord in here. And of course that's a fantasy note, but it just gives some additional warmth to this fragrance. And really, again, what that red pepper does, as well as the saffron, because there's saffron in the opening of this as well, it just really gives some additional warmth to that cinnamon. That makes it like a hot cinnamon. So it comes off like a very hot, spicy cinnamon note in this fragrance. The combination of the saffron, the red chili pepper accord, and the cinnamon. But man, this stuff is good. Like I said, it is my favorite of the bunch so far. And I am a really big fan of the Spicebomb Extreme, but the infrared is just really my style of fragrance. So from the opening to the mid of this fragrance is really, really good, but it gets even better on the dry down. In the dry down of this fragrance, you have a benzoin resinoid note. And what it does is really give this fragrance some additional added sweetness. Benzoin resinoid in this fragrance gives it this kind of nice, sweet, vanillic, almost type of feeling in this fragrance, and I really like it. And that really works really well with the tobacco when this fragrance starts to dry down. And like I said, guys, the dry down is really where the magic is, because you still have the cinnamon that's kind of hovering around, because cinnamon is the main note in this fragrance. So I'm gonna tell you now, if you don't like cinnamon, this may not be the one for you, but I love that particular spice. And like I said, it's just to die for in this fragrance. The dry down to me is even better than the mid, because the cinnamon, the benzoin with that sweet kind of vanilla vibe, with that kind of sweet vanilla vibe with the tobacco, is just one of the most gorgeous accords that I've ever smelled together in a designer fragrance. And I really, really, really thoroughly enjoyed this one. Now I wore it yesterday when she applied it. I still had it on. I got 7.5, about 8 hours of complete longevity out of the stuff, so it's gonna perform. I think this fragrance is going to be great to wear in the fall and winter. Definitely, I do not see anybody wearing this fragrance in the spring and summer, but fall, winter, definitely. This is going to be in high rotation for me in the fall and winter. Still have a few cold days up and coming here, so I'm going to be able to get some more wears out of it, and I'll give you guys even more of an in-depth review on this stuff. But man, I really enjoyed this release from the house of Victor&Rolf. It definitely gets an A+ in my book. Now, as far as the cost on this fragrance, you have two sizes. I think the 1.7 is $90, and then you have this 3-ounce bottle, which I think is a little bit smaller. No, it's the same size as this one. So it's a 3.04 ounce bottle, and this one retails for $110. But guys, again, I would say if you like cinnamon, if you like tobacco, again, kind of resinous kind of vibe with that kind of vanilla vibe from that benzoin in this fragrance, you'll probably really enjoy this one. So get yourself a sample. I'm not sure if it's in all the local retailers yet, but when it does, go check this one out. If you like the original, if you like the extreme, you'll probably like this. Hey guys, that's it. That's my time. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I kind of gave my initial impressions on the newest release from the house of Victor&Rolf, which is Spicebomb Infrared. As always, I appreciate your time and your attention to these videos because, of course, I know you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with me, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to always like, comment, and subscribe. And go ahead and share these videos out to folks that you think could use this information or find it entertaining, because I'm your guy, Darian, the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.